Welcome back to episode 3 of our Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk playthrough. Kicking it right off where we left off last episode. Our 4 adventurers, if I can even remember the names, we got Torg, we got Remy, we got Akai, got the name right.
God
Who
damn,
am I forgetting?
dude.
And Tyrion. Yeah, all 4. And our 4 brave adventurers. Starting off from the town of Neverwinter, you made your way down the high road off behind Gundren Rockseeker, who essentially hired you to bring some supplies to Phandelver behind him and his escort Sildar Hallwinter. Now, our 4 adventurers met some unexpected happenings on their way as you veered off the high road onto the Tribor Trail heading to Phandelver. On this heavily wooded area, they were ambushed by some goblin. Now, after defeating this pack of goblin, they found what's the word? Using their detective skills, they found some clues that Gundren and Sildar possibly were ambushed. So they followed the trail back to the goblin's hideout, where you then were met with an entire cave system of this Cragmaw goblin gang. After clearing out this cave system, if you will, you found Sildar Hallwinter, the escort of Gundren Rockseeker, injured, and you aided him and helped him clear out the cave. But after meeting with this Cragmaw's leader, if you will, this giant bugbear named Clarg, and destroying him and his dog named Ripper, a giant, almost gray wolf, you found the rest of Gundren's supplies. Now, where we left off last was... did you guys take a rest? A long rest?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Took a long rest in... Yeah, because we took shifts, yep.
Yeah, and what did we get, like level 3?
No,
Yeah,
level 2.
So.
I'm pretty sure it was 3, but alright.
But yes, they leveled up to
13.
level 2, and now they're level 2. And after taking this long rest, I believe you guys were taking the supplies that you found, which had the symbol of the Lion Shield coaster in Phandelver, and you were taking all of those goods and loading them on your wagon along with the supplies that Gundren had given you the task of bringing to Barthen's Provisions in Phandelver. By the way, this episode, whoever wants to take notes, there's probably going to be a lot of notes this episode that you might want to take.
Torg
But-
doesn't know it right. So.
Yeah, we pick up in actually not in the cave itself, but we'll say we pick up as you guys are loading the last of the crates and supplies onto your wagon. And the 2 oxen now in this heavily wooded area. It's bright morning, maybe 7 or 8 in the morning, and you can hear the nature around you. You can hear birds tweeting. Very peaceful. Much more peaceful after you cleared out the almost goblin gang. But you guys kind of pile your crates and everything back on the cart. Sildar kind of looks up at Akai as you're maybe loading a barrel onto the wagon. Well, I feel a lot better when I'm rested. How about you?
Are we all the way back at our fucking carts already?
Yeah, can we also open the map too? Like as a campaign thing, really?
Where we can move our icons.
No, there is no map.
So, are we all the way back at the carts that we, left?
The cart, singular.
That are miles away?
It wasn't quite
So we already...
miles, but yeah.
Okay.
Can I go back to the cave? I left something.
Do you guys want to pick up at the cave?
Please
No,
no.
I just wanted to make
Just
sure,
give me
because
shit.
that's where I remember ending. So I wasn't sure if
I think
there
we
was
agreed
already
that
a cart
we're
at the
going back
cave,
to
but yeah.
to the cart.
But in hindsight, whatever, we're back at the carts already. So.
We're finishing loading up the last of what we got from the cave onto the cart.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the guy who does nothing says, "I feel better after I rest."
And he was speaking to
That's true.
a key.
And Aki will look at him first thing. So I just woke up too. Pretty much, right? Like
No, we
you guys have
woke up
probably
in
been
the
up
cave.
for. You guys have probably been up for maybe an hour at this point.
I will look at him while taking a sip out of my flesh and be like, oh, "See, that's where we're a little different. I drink to feel good. I don't sleep to feel good. I'll just take a drink."
To each their own. He just kind of minds his own business.
Well, I say we get this stuff. We're loaded up now. I say we start getting on our way. No point in staying around.
I agree.
Yeah, easy enough. You guys can get the rest of your supplies onto this wagon, and you almost take a peek at the wheels, maybe, and hear some creaks as you're loading more and more supplies. It's not quite too heavy for the cart itself, but you're kind of pushing it. But you have 2 oxen pulling the cart, which for them you assume is no problem. These huge, hardy creatures, just muscular as fuck. And if you guys want to pile onto the cart, maybe I'd say 1 or 2 of you might have to walk alongside. Which actually, I believe you guys have 2 horses that you tied off as well, yeah? Or did you send those off?
Yeah.
Tied them
Wait,
off.
I thought our horses were the things pulling the crate.
No, you have
We
oxen.
untied our horse.
We found 2 horses, and that's what we came up on originally.
Yeah.
I'll ride a horse alongside
dude.
the ox.
Sure.
I'll have the reins of the wagon.
Okay. Who wants the other horse?
I got it.
All right, Tor's got it.
The 2 orcs.
Sildar kind of piles up onto the wagon. And then I assume Akai is on the wagon as well. But in this bright, sunny morning, you guys pile on, and the almost stench of the cave is leaving your nose as the scent of just green nature around you greets your senses. It feels good to be breathing this fresh air again. But you pile on. The oxen kind of... and Tyrion with the reins kind of gives them a little snap, and the oxen start walking along this path again. And now this Tribor Trail, I put the image in the Phandelver campaign chat, but you hop back on the Tribor Trail, which is not as wide as, say, the high road, but easy enough for your wagon and 2 oxen to go along. Maybe if somebody passes by you on a horse, you might have to veer off a little bit to the side, but you're pretty easy going. And you keep on trucking. Half hour passes. Hour passes. And a key, while you're on the wagon sitting next to Sildar, he kind of picks up as you can feel bumps here and there on somewhat of a rough road. He kind of looks over, kind of rubbing almost his chest where you can see he was injured before. The only thing he's wearing is just an almost bright yellow and blue robe. But he leans over. Can I ask you something?
We'll just nod and look at him.
I see you're in Aarakocra. I've only met one other in my lifetime, and he was a very old man. You look like a young man yourself, such as I. What is that you're drinking?
It is a moonshine my family's made for a long time. And I'll immediately just gesture towards him, smiling.
Like handing it off?
Would you like a taste? Yeah.
I'll take a sip, I guess. Kind of grabs it from you, looks at you, goes to take a swig.
And while he's taking a drink, and I'll just be like, and I appreciate the compliment, but I am definitely not young. I am very old for an Aarakocra ranger.
That makes 2 of us. However, you yourself are very, as I've seen. He goes to hand the flask back to you, kind of like tapping his chest. You're very adept in the the way of the bow and arrow. Myself,
Immediately seeing like he's like recognizing, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, he knows, and I'm gonna be like, oh yes, like as you're talking. Like now I'm more engaged than ever, you know.
He kind of gestures towards his almost holster, or his hilt, where his sword would be. I don't have any of my things, but they were taken from me. Where those are, I have no idea. However, I do fancy myself a good swordsman. I get to in a fight just to defend myself here and there. But us at the Lord's Alliance, we hold ourselves in high regard, and we try to keep everywhere safe. Gundren, coming up to me over in Neverwinter, I had no issue accompanying him onto Phandelver, as I kind of had my eyes set on Phandelver myself. It's a pretty frontier town. Ooh, he kind of almost stumbles off to the side. A couple of the barrels on the cart kind of tip as you see the wagon almost go over a hump. He kind of like looks over towards Tyrion. Okay. Continues on. He says, "Have you ever been to Phandelver?"
Oh shit! I mean, I don't really know. Have I? Right? Maybe. No?
Make some up.
I'm gonna I'll look at him. No, I have not been to Phandelver, but I have heard of it. That's yeah.
Yes, as I explained prior, the history of Phandelver is quite interesting to me. The pact between the gnomes and the dwarves and the forge of spells. It's very intriguing, don't you think? Well,
I'll lean back, take another drink.
Going along to Phandelver with Gundren, we kind of plan to almost aid him. I myself am looking forward to speaking with the town master and almost setting up somewhat of a position in the town. Maybe if it's only temporary. I would like to see it change for the better, as I know you yourself, and he gestures to all four of you. You guys know it's bandits and outlaws. It seems to be somewhat of a frontier town. However, the goblins around here, well, you guys had no issue taking care of them. I must say, there was one that struck me weirdly. I only saw him briefly when we were ambushed. He had almost this glowing green aura to him. He looked different than the others. Some of his features, almost like his skull, was elongated. Gnarly creature. However, as long as I don't run into any of them, I believe I will be able to hold my own. I believe you guys will as well.
Out of character real quick, what was that? The Lord's what? Imperials or something?
The Lord's Alliance. Which you would have heard of this before. The Lord's Alliance is pretty much like a guild, similar to kind of Stronghold and Petu, where they have different characters around the entire Sword Coast and this entire region, and they're some of them are holy. It's not just like a holy guild, but most of the people just kind of keep, for Phandelver, for instance, who doesn't really have a town guard. Places like this, the Lord's Alliance likes to keep peace, pretty much, and stop just evil from corrupting the land, if you will. All of you would have heard of the Lord's Alliance, by the way. And you recognize on Sildar the robe that he's wearing is the symbol of the Lord's Alliance. It's a crown with a fist. But you guys continue on. Remy and Torg, as you're going along on the horses' spots, you have to almost go in front or behind the cart as you're moving, as some areas seem to widen out, whereas other parts almost come to almost like rocky cliff faces on your left and your right, which at those points, all of you kind of naturally have your eyes dart up to the trees, as they're akin to the ambush spot that you ran into. But eventually, the rutted track emerges from the wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandelver. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars, surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past, which you guys make the connection that would be the prior Phandelver when the Forge of Spells was created, before it was all raided and Wave Echo Cave was lost. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street as it climbs toward a ruined manor house, huge, built up on the hillside to the east side of town. And as you approach, you can see the children playing on the town green and the townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at the shops in the town. Many people look up and smile as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by, and the sound of nature almost doesn't drown out, but the sound of the town kind of picks up and greets your ears as the familiar sound of just general chit-chat, if you will. But as you guys approach into town, Sildar kind of points Tyrion as you're guiding the cart. Tyrion, was it? Would you like to head to Barthen's Provisions first to drop off your supplies, or we can head to the Lion Shield Coaster to drop off Gundren and I's?
I'm a little confused on what you're saying are your supplies and what are my supplies.
Our supplies was the supplies that we found in the cave that was raided off of our cart when we set out ahead of you.
Seems they're all my supplies at the moment, but we can do it that way.
Either that you prefer. Lion Shield Coaster would probably be suited prior, as it's kind of piled on top. We don't want to make 2 trips, if you will. Just head up here and hang a left, and you can see it right there.
Tell me where. I'll just drive the cart towards where he's pointing.
And I will now give you guys a picture in the Phandelver campaign chat of Phandelver. There you go.
And where are we going?
You are heading to the Lion Shield Coaster, which I think
Where did we come in from? The top, the Tribor Trail?
Correct. I think it might actually be pronounced Coster. I don't really know.
Am I blind?
It's right in the middle to the left. So come down the Tribor Trail, keep going straight, and you'll hit it.
I see it now.
But Sildar kind of hops off the cart and starts walking alongside. But you guys can approach the Lion Shield Coaster. You can see this small building with a wooden sign shaped like a shield and painted with a blue lion hangs above the door of this trading post. And you can recognize this symbol as the same symbol on most of the supplies on your cart that you found in the cave. If all of you would like to give me a history check.
$17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
9.
9.
5.
Hell yeah.
We're drunk.
I have -1.
I'm just drinking, bro.
Torg, you look at this this symbol, and you recognize this as the symbol of the Lion Shields. It's a merchant company based in the city of Yar Tar, over 100 miles to the east. And you know that they ship finished goods to small settlements throughout the region, and Phandelver must include one of them as you pull up to this trading post.
Do I see anyone outside that I can yell to?
Coming outside of the door, there isn't even a door. It's almost like a cloth. You can see a human male. Almost has his face is a little dirty. It looks like he's just been hard at work. Kind of walks out and he goes to walk past you.
Hey, you! Stand right there.
I'm standing.
Do you buy merchandise by chance?
Do I buy merchandise?
Well, you
I feel like
see,
you're starting this conversation
Gorg,
off.
I believe we're here. We're an expected shipment. I think they're ready for what we got.
I think he owes us a fee, though. Like a handler's fee.
You must be looking for linen inside. I don't work here.
Well, why didn't you start that off with? All right, get on my way. I push him to the side, walk in.
I'll walk by it, following him, and be like, "Excuse him. He's just an oaf." I'll just walk away.
Once they pass and they're out for a second, I'll look at the guy and I'll say, "I apologize for the half-wit and the drunk."
It's no worries. Kind of just nervously laughs and looks weirdly at all of you, but just keeps on walking.
I peek my head back out and then don't say anything. Go back in.
Yeah, he kind of sees you, turns his shoulder, picks up his pace a little bit. But if you would like to enter, you can push aside this cloth as the dirt ground continues inside. You can see this. It's not a very big place. Inside, it's pretty small, but you can see many familiar to you swords and shields and weapons. And in the back, behind a counter, you can see some armor seems to be hanging on the walls behind. And behind this counter, you can see a human female. She has long black hair and a lot of eyeshadow on, but she's wearing almost like a leather tunic with some like a purple almost robe draped over her one shoulder and the symbol of a lion on her chest. And she seems to be behind the counter, not facing towards you, just piling swords and other weapons on top of the back side. It's very pretty quiet inside.
Can I like hit like some metal next to me to get her attention? Like I'm just banging.
You kind of just like kick something with your foot a little bit to make some noise. You turn around.
Excuse me.
Oh, hello there, friend. What brings you to the Lion Shield Coaster?
We have goods for you to buy.
Goods for me to buy? What would that be?
You'd have to come outside and check our caravan.
Sure. Give me 1 second. She kind of bends down and you can hear her rustle a couple things.
I kind of like peek over.
Peek over the counter?
Yeah.
Give me a... Are you trying to hide it?
Yeah.
Give me a stealth check.
18.
18. You peek over the counter. She seems to be bending down.
Ooh.
And she looks like she just has another sword in her hands, and she's underneath the counter, like kind of stuffing it in, where you can see even more weapons. These seem to be almost sheathed, whereas the ones behind her look a little more rough and tumble. But she doesn't notice you. She kind of goes to stand up again. Oh, kind of gives you a weird eye, like you were doing something weird. But
I look to Akai and kind of give him the nod with a smirk.
Anyways, she kind of like walks around the corner to walk outside and see what you have for her. As you guys walk out, and right as soon as she lays her eyes upon all of the stuff on your wagon, she kind of picks up. These are the supplies that I thought Gundren was bringing.
Well,
It's for you to buy.
For me to buy.
Right, Akai? Okay.
well, I would say you're not wrong, but he got into a little bit of trouble on the way here, and we just so happened to help him, and this is our reward for helping him.
Huh. And you can see Sildar kind of to the side picks up. Gundren ran into a little bit of trouble. Not to worry, though. I'm sure Gundren will be fine. However, these are the supplies, and I believe you agreed on the price. So she kind of picks up. Yes, 50 gold pieces. Whoever would like to take the reward, just follow me inside. I'll have somebody come by and pick up the stuff real quickly. She kind of darts back in. You can hear her kind of shout to the back before getting behind the counter, and whoever wants to come in and follow her.
Is that
I do.
50 for both?
I was just holding my
shipments?
hand out as she passed, but she didn't hand it to me.
Sildar, as you speak up to her, and he kind of pipes in. It was 50 gold for all of it. But she kind of counts all the gold. There you are, sir. She slaps down almost a leather sack. It's just filled with gold. It's a pretty big sack. But she slides it over to you, Torg. The rest of you on the wagon can see as she has other workers come around the side. They just start taking off every crate that has the blue symbol of the Lion Shield coaster on it, just piling them and then carrying them around back. And before long, your cart is just now left with the goods that you initially left with.
Are we inside?
Sure.
What was her name again?
My name is Linen Greywind.
Linen. Do you have anything here by chance that may help us along the road in our future endeavors?
Like any potions?
Help you along the road.
Maybe potentially some better weapons, shields.
Very well, you're in the correct spot. Might I ask, I haven't seen you guys before. Who are you?
My name is Remy. I used to be a part of the Neverwinter Guard back in the war. Actually, against my friend Torg here. We've put aside our differences, as you can see, and I chose to leave the war for particular reasons. But if I don't mind asking, do you guys I'm gonna like take this glaive out from like behind my back and like kind of hold it like with both hands, kind of like show it to her, and be like, this glaive has lots of meaning to me. I would hate to give it up or have it replaced. Do you by chance do like upgrades or maybe equip it with a better metal to be more durable?
Better metal? Not quite here. I only sell weapons. I don't think anybody in town is quite that adept. Maybe perchance I can help you with a different weapon if you would like.
Do you have a great axe?
Great axe? Yes, we have a few in the back.
And I kind of just go check them out.
Yeah, and any of you guys that you looking around the Lion Shield coaster, most of this stuff is just weapons and other basically like weapon type supplies. You don't see very much general supplies, but if you guys would like to buy anything, just go ahead and tell me what you would like, and then I can tell you if Linden has it on hand.
And then I divvied up the gold that she gave to everyone.
Okay.
You did?
Including
so we all
Sildar?
Mm-hmm.
No, fuck that. If he tries to give Sildar gold, I will try to take that out of his hand.
Not Sildar. No. Actually, I'll give him a copper.
So we all get 12.5
I appreciate that,
gold.
friend. Thank you for saving me.
Well, you can just take like the 0.5 from me. So we don't have to do.
Okay, well I'm taking
Just round it
12.5.
So it was 50 gold total.
I wrote down 12. Somebody could take my half.
Okay, I took 13.
I took 12.
I'm gonna ask if she has any scrolls, jewelry, or a healer's kit. And I'm gonna talk to Remy, and I'm gonna give him a shield back. Actually, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna ask for a shield as well.
Yes, you can find a shield.
Oh yeah, how about any of the other stuff?
What else are you looking for?
I'm just gonna ask what scrolls she has, what potions, if she has a healer's kit, and any
I don't have any of those things here. The general store in town might interest you if you head over to Barton's Provisions. Elmar has Elmina, I think that's her name, Elmina. She has general supplies over there that may suit your needs. As well as the jewelry you're looking for. I mind checking out the Phandelver Miners Exchange, maybe? You might find a necklace or what have you over there.
How much was the shield?
Let me pull up the player's handbook.
5 copper. Okay, I got you.
Got any automatic pistols?
Automatic pistols. She doesn't have any of those.
You have a karambit?
How about the
Automatic
scrolls?
pistols.
What was your name again? I didn't quite catch it when we came
Go
in.
to,
Linen.
fucking on
Linen
D&D Beyond,
graves.
go to manage inventory and
Pleasure
click
to
weapons.
You know anywhere? I'm not saying there would be scrolls, but you think any scrolls of any sort in this town?
Scrolls? That's a good question. I don't really know.
Hey, don't worry yourself about it. Thank you so much for letting me know about the general supplies and where the jewelry is. We'll be on our
Absolutely.
way after we
Hey,
finish up here.
thank you all for bringing me my supplies. I didn't. It's heavy news that Gundren couldn't make it. However, I appreciate your hospitality. Welcome to Phandelver.
Well, thank you, Lennon. Hey, Gundren, what way is that castle we're going to?
Where's Gundren? You see Gundren?
Hey,
Me too.
Sildar, what way is that castle we're going to?
Oh, you mistake me for Gundren? I'm not a dwarf.
I'm gonna
Just
lean
as
over and be
useless
like, and he
under my
calls me a
breath.
drunk. I'll take another drink.
He looks kind of tiny to me.
Is that northeast of here that we're heading after this, or where are we going?
The castle you're looking for, Cragmar Castle, I believe. I'm not really sure where it was. The only thing that I overheard was that it was in Neverwinter Woods somewhere.
Hey, Lennon, I don't suppose you've ever heard of where this Cragmouth Castle is, or know anyone in town that might be able to point us in the correct direction, would you?
Cragmar Castle. Doesn't ring a bell.
The
however,
band of the brutes around here that've been robbing people.
Band of Brutes. Well, unless you're talking about the Red Brands, I believe the Cragmar rings a bell. I think I've heard that. However, castle, I don't know about. Might you consider talking to Darren over at his orchard? He knows a few things. You might want to speak to him about that.
Pleasure, thank you so much. While we're in town, anything you might be looking for a few adventurers to do for you?
Well, now that you say that, I don't normally sell weapons to people who I believe would be doing a wrongdoing. However, you guys are trustworthy folk from the moment I met you. However, looking around town, you might easily find yourself acquainted with the Red Brands, they call themselves. She kind of like rolls her eyes. Anybody you see with a scarlet cloak, they call themselves the Red Brands. They've ran around town, kind of just beating up and causing trouble around town. If you're looking for something to do, I might maybe speak to the town master Harbin Wester, and he might tell you a little bit more about them.
I hate to say I had some gunk in my ears there. What was that town master's name?
Harbin Wester.
Thank you, dear.
Absolutely. And then also the shield. You were asking about the price of a shield, yeah?
5 copper, yeah.
10 gold.
That's cap. I'm gonna go make one in the woods.
So you would not like to purchase one?
No, honey, I'll take it. Thank you so much for bringing that out to me. Any chance you could give me a deal, per se?
You know what? Yeah, you're a pretty friendly fellow. Give me a persuasion check.
Did you go over all the potions that she has already?
0. I got an 8.
I'll drop it to 9 gold.
Wow. Thank you so much for the kindness.
Absolutely.
I'll give her 9 gold.
Did anybody else want to buy anything?
I give Remy back your shield, by the way. That I run one by rock.
Can I ask what, like, if I get another like battle axe, does it do anything differently?
Do you already have a battle axe?
Yeah, is it just like replacing gear that you lost or something? There's no like.
Yeah, she doesn't have any special stuff. I mean, you might find a different looking battle axe, but for the most part, the stats are the same.
Okay, I'll just make sure.
So you can be like Shade and drop 100 gold for skins if you want.
Well, I should be good. I walk back out.
Couple hundred, bro. 3 grand deep.
What do you say? Should we go drop off the rest of the supplies and maybe head over to the orchard?
I'd like to stop at the miner exchange and the general supplies store on the way.
Sounds good.
Well, Lennon, it was a pleasure to meet us. Yeah, if you think anything you need of us in town, you'll see the 4 of us around, I'm sure. Just holler us down if you need any help. Sound good, dear?
Absolutely. Hey, thank you for delivering the supplies.
I'm going to start walking out.
Yeah. And then you guys want to make your way over to...
As I'm walking out, can I... what was Lennon wearing?
She was wearing almost like a leather tunic, and you saw like almost a purple robe draped over one of her shoulders.
What's her charisma score?
You don't know.
You know what I mean, you bastard.
She seemed pretty charismatic. As much as a shopkeep is.
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose, Sildar, where's the other place we're dropping these supplies off at?
I believe you were headed over to Barthen's Provisions, is that correct?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, if you guys want to head over to Barthen's, you can go ahead and do so.
I'd like to, as we're on the wagon going there, I'd like to look at the town to see if I see any goats, cats, stuff like that. What are the people doing and such?
Yeah, looking around, you can see
in scarlet cloaks.
You can see a town green, and kind of the center of town is almost just like a, not muddy, but almost like a big dirt kind of square or a circle. And most of the buildings seem to be circled around it. But looking around, you can just see simple townsfolk going around. You see a lady hanging up her laundry almost on a long line as it's softly like billowing in the breeze. A lot of the nature around is actually beautiful. You look around, the sunlight coming down almost right above you, but off kilter almost to an angle. It almost gives the silhouette of the scenery around you, like it's just a beautiful, homey feeling town. Has a lot of character. And looking up at the big house on the hill off to your side, you can see almost a red roof, and it seems to be dilapidated. And down that street, now that you're going towards Barthen's Provisions, you can actually see a couple people with the scarlet cloaks, like you were talking about. Whoever would like to look around, just give me a general perception check.
18.
Yeah, with an 18, looking down, you can see the scarlet cloaks of these figures. You can seem to see 2 of them down this road that almost leads to a winding trail that goes up to this manor. And it's hard to tell because it's down, even with an 18, but you can see they seem to be just like kind of messing around. You see one of them kind of kick something on the ground. They seem to be, ha 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 ha. You can faintly hear laughing in the distance.
How old are they?
Hard to tell. Looks like maybe just an adult.
So they're adults. They're good to make their full-fledged decisions. I'm not thinking they're teenagers or something.
You're pretty confident in that, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'll try to memorize their faces so when I see them again, in case something comes up, I know who they are.
Sure.
Do I see any cats or anything like that? I know, strange question, but any animals in town?
With an 18, yeah. You see off to your left, kind of over by the lady who is hanging her laundry, you can see a white, you're not sure if it's a cat or what it is, but you see it was up in a windowsill and it disappears into the darkness of the house beyond.
Alright, but no real wildlife that's just in town, like no goats roaming, no cats, wild cats just going around, nothing like that.
You actually saw a couple of pigs in a pen as you're coming into town.
Right, sounds good.
But you guys can arrive at Barthen's Provisions. You can see this is the biggest, not the biggest building, but the biggest trading post in Phandelver. I do without them for 5 gold?
5 gold apiece or for the bundle?
5 gold apiece.
Is there a bundle discount?
If you'd like to purchase some more things, that may be arranged.
What else do you have then?
Let me paste a link here, and you can see yourself.
Also, I would have done it last week, but we ended it pretty quick, and I would have done it at the beginning, but we started quick.
Oh,
Everyone
God.
gets 400 copper and 37 silver.
Oh, shit. And what'd you say for silver?
37.
Okay.
So where is this? What is it under?
It's in
Triggers?
Phandelver campaign. That's just a list of the adventuring gear.
Yeah, I got that open in my book, dog. Come on, I thought you were giving me some goody shit.
Look at you.
Okay. What was your name again? Sorry.
My name is Elmina. Nice to meet you. She kind of puts out a hand.
I shake it.
Strong man. What's your
I
name?
see... Torg. I see this healer's kit you have. Would that count? Would that make a bundle with all 4?
Sure.
How much?
I'd say you can get the entire bundle. Let's see, at 15 for the potions. Let's round it up to 17 gold.
Deal.
Oh,
hand her over.
pleasure. Gives you the potions and the healer's kit.
Pleasure doing business. Oh, and we also have some cargo outside that you need.
Oh. Anybody else inside or want to purchase anything? You can just let me know.
Can I tell that Torg bought this?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I
That was
can
my
tell,
point.
then I don't need anything. If this is just a general supplies.
I passed it to you on the way out. Thanks for keeping me alive. And then I just walk right.
Oh, thank you.
Would you have
what's that?
anything even slightly out of the ordinary, or more generous supplies here?
What exactly are you talking about?
Anything and everything. Anything. I'm a procurer of strange.
I'll like lean over to the table, like saying, "I think
I
he's talking about maybe something you would keep in the back room." And I'll like raise an eyebrow.
Well, not really, honestly. I don't. Other than my personal supplies, I keep everything that we sell up front. Anything you see, you can buy.
You know anywhere in town? Oh, anything I can see, honey? No, I'm kidding.
Watch yourself.
Well, darling, would you know anywhere in town where they might have some more oddities of items per se? Not looking for anything special. Just like I said, I like procuring those strange items that you don't see in your day-to-day lives.
Well, I mean, nothing really comes to mind that you might want to purchase. Phandelver, as I said before, I believe you guys are new to town, but it's kind of just a frontier town. Most of the people that come through and purchase things from me are just miners, maybe a couple of lumberjacks, or just general goods for somebody looking to prospect.
Well, is what it is. Thank you much for the information. Now, we do got this cart outside. I'm sure you've heard of Gundren Rockseeker. This is Sildar, his guard. Gundren is not quite here at the moment, but we do have his supplies to hand on over.
Well, thank you very much. And you guys are walking outside, and she can see the cart now. She kind of picks up. You mentioned Gundren. What happened to him?
Well, you see, Sildar here can explain that one to you. And I'll just walk away.
Oh, well, thanks for that. Kind of just looks towards Elmina, but kind of picks up again. Gundren, we were traveling to Phandalin, and me being his escort, we were ambushed by a pack of goblin, and we were both captured. I went unconscious. These folk here, these four, saved me. Yes. She kind of, wow, kind of gives a little nod. Looking at all of you now, she can see you're obviously like adventurers with your all of your supplies and your weapons. A very unique collection of characters, but he kind of picks up. Gundren, we're not really sure where he is. Maybe his whereabouts. We believe he was captured. She kind of she looks like actually like worried now. And Gundren was a friend of mine. And, I mean, do you have any plans to find him?
Well, you see, that's part of the plan. These oddities I'm talking about can come into use in the places we're going, hence why I'm looking for them.
I see. Well, this is very sad news to find that Gundren was captured. It's kind of unlike the raiders around. They tend to just pillage and take. However, what do I know? I just sell things. However much my word means, would you guys mind finding Gundren? As I've said, he is a good friend, and I believe if nobody else is looking for him, you might be the only ones too. His brothers were due to arrive in town here, not in a 10-day. Nundro and Tharden. His other two brothers, the Rock Seekers. I don't know if you are acquainted with them, but I believe they're camped somewhere outside of town. I'm not sure where, but I believe they should resupply. Not in a 10-day.
Do you know anyone in town that might know the whereabouts of these brothers?
Maybe Sildar? Sildar kind of just shrugs.
Sildar's about as much use as he usually is.
Well, does anybody else want to purchase anything inside?
We can go on out and take a look at the luggage. What are we getting for this one, Sildar? Do you remember?
Okay, hold on. There's so much shit on this list. I would just like lean in and be like, do you have a potion of invisibility by chance?
I don't believe we have any of those. These are all the potions I had. I picture a key just inside, kind of just like looking around,
like nodding, and I'm just like, you'll just see how like I won't change expression, but I'm stressed. And I'll just be like, all right, well, yeah. So I just start walking out. Damn it, bro.
Oh, I handed Remy and Kai a potion too.
All right.
I passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't explain that.
I know that's all. You can
make sure you guys put that in your equipment. So we're tracking it.
Yep. Put that on your equipment in your character sheet. But you can see Elmina kind of shouts to people in the back, and you can see two young twins come out, and they start grabbing all the supplies and running it into the store. What would you guys like to do now?
What are we getting for these supplies? You remember?
Oh, right. She hands each of you 10 gold.
Does she give any to Sildar?
Correct. She does.
I take it, and Sildar does not get 10 gold, and I divvy that up among us.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check.
No, I'm not being slight about this. I will literally say, Sildar, when you help us find Gundren, I'll compensate you. But so far, I don't know why you're getting paid for another man's deeds.
Give me a strength check.
Can 13. I buy a heavy crossbow?
13.
Heavy crossbow?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can pick up a heavy crossbow at the Lion Shield coaster.
Where?
The place we just were.
On the 13, as she goes to hand the gold to Sildar, you kind of reach out and go, and he gives a little bit of resistance. You know, he's trying to hold on to the gold, but you rip it out of his hands.
Sildar, if you need something, common supplies, I'll let you pay for it with this gold. But if you're just looking to pocket this, I apologize. Not in my nature to allow said thing happen. I won't let you starve by no means, but I believe a man is paid for the work he's done.
Well, he kind of looks a little defeated, but I see where you're coming from. I appreciate you saving me. I have other ways of kind of like gestures down to his what he has on him, and it's like nothing. but I see where you're coming from.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sildar. Will you come with us to find Gundren? May perils be in the way. Is that your plan, or do you plan to leave us now that we're to town?
No, I don't plan to leave you. What I actually planned on was, I might go to talk to the town master. I have connections in Neverwinter that in the Lord's Alliance, and they would like to see Phandelver get somewhat of a hand in the mix that is Phandelver. I believe talking to the town master, I was kind of hoping to just maybe set up somewhere here. I believe there's an inn that we walked past, and kind of just make sense of it all.
Do I know how much a week at the inn would cost?
A week at the inn?
Yep, for one
Holy
It's a poor town dog. I'm not expecting it to be 100 gold.
No, yeah. You have a general sense. You kind of expect it to be 5 silver a night, so for a week. Do the math.
I'll give him 4 gold and I'll say, this will be for your inn for a week. I'm saddened to hear you're not coming out with us to find Gundren, but that is why I feel I'm justified in keeping this gold. Thank you for your travels, and I'll definitely come with you to talk to the town captain over here, and I will appreciate any help you give us.
Oh, I appreciate your help. You saving me is very kindly of you. That's very honorable. Thank you for the gold, and well, I must say, as far as Gundren goes, if you guys have any questions, I think it would be advantageous if you're planning on finding him. I can ask around town, look for some information, and kind of, as I said before, get maybe a handle on things around here, get a general sense of what's going on, and maybe here and there, if I have some free time, I will have to acquire some supplies in some way, but with this gold, that would help. But I'm sure we'll be seeing each other.
Sounds good. Well, gang, I suppose I'd like to hit up the miners' exchange and see if they got anything there. Hey, Elmina, like I said, you had a couple potions here. You wouldn't know anywhere else in town that might have a few potions or any means like that, would you?
Potions. If they didn't have any at the Lion Shield Costa, you might want to talk to Darren. He's over at the orchard. He's an old fellow. I'm not sure if he'll have potions, but that's probably my best guess.
Thank you much kindly. By chance, would you know anywhere that would have any jewelry per se of anything? Would that also be over? I've heard possibly the miners' exchange might have something like that.
That's probably where I would start, yes.
Well, thank you kindly. Thank you for taking the supplies in this fast manner here, and thank you for the payment.
Absolutely. I hope to see you guys again.
Well, Sildar, I think the town master's hall's on our way. Does anyone have anyone they want to go besides the orchard and the mine, or shall we go on with Sildar, or do you guys want to split all ways here?
Will we eventually go to the inn?
Can I just go like get that? I want to go get the heavy crossbow.
Yeah, you can you could have picked that up at the Lion Shield Coaster when you were there.
Okay, sounds good.
All of you guys see Sildar, as he starts to walk off, and he kind of gestures towards all of you. All of you, thank you very much. I hope to see you in soon. I'll be at the inn. I'm gonna get a room down there.
I suppose we'll be there tonight, Sildar. So many days on the road, I don't mind sleeping in a bed. If you see us then, and you have any information, please feel free to stop by. Dinner's on me.
Pleasure. Fine day, is it not? He turns around and continues off towards the inn.
Well, I suppose. Want to go on down to the Miners' Exchange for me? Or do you guys want to go over to the Orchard, and I'll go to the Miners' Exchange and meet up with y'all later?
Yeah, I can head over to the orchard.
I'll go to the exchange.
I'll go with Torg.
All right, so you guys split up.
We'll meet at the inn later if we don't see each other in this good time.
Oh,
If
you
anything-
Is there
Yeah,
one
if we
inn,
can't
like, it might
find
be an
each other.
obvious Stonehill Inn?
Yeah.
Yep, you can easily see the Stonehill Inn.
I'm going to start walking off towards the Miners' Exchange from where I've heard about where it is.
All right, so that is Tyrion and a key going to the Miners' Exchange. Right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, we can do that one first if you like. Heading up, walking over towards. Oh, by the way, your ox and your cart also was taken by Elmina.
Did we keep the horses?
Yeah, yes, you can keep the horses.
Are they just tied up by like the inn or something, or town hall?
From what you saw, you could maybe tie them up over by the inn.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like that's aftermath. Why the hell were our ox and cart taken?
That was included with the supplies.
Oh, yeah. For 50 gold for 2 ox and a cart? I don't know.
But yeah, if you guys want to tie off your horses at the inn, do you guys want to do that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Those
if
two with the horses,
Eric's,
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know if
Eric's
Eric's
back.
back.
You might still.
Eric, you're back, right?
But that is 1 copper a day for the horses to be tied up. But we can head to Tyrion and a key as you head over to the Miners' Exchange. You can see this, similar to the Lion Shield Coaster, is very small. It's actually one of the smallest buildings you see in town. You can see this trading post is where local miners have their valuable finds weighed, measured, and paid out. And actually, Sildar knew a little bit about Phandelver, so all of you guys would get kind of just a brief general description of the places around. So the map you're looking at and all the names you see there, you can briefly know like a little bit about all the buildings. But as you approach,
I don't see the orchard. Is there a reason for that?
Orchard's at the top left.
I don't see it. I'm sorry. Oh, I see it. Thank you.
But as you approach, you can see the small building almost has a black, almost slate roof that seems to be pointed, and almost like a, what do you call those? The double doors that kind of swing open like cowboy doors at the front, and it is dark beyond. You guys like to enter?
I'll like stand outside and I'll like lean over and nudge him and be like, I don't take you for a man who's looking for jewels and gems. What are you looking for? Do you have something in mind?
I too apologize. 30 seconds.
Perfect timing.
We are at the orchard. No. By the way, quick, we're going to the orchard for potions, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And you also
Fuck, I got a phone call.
Lennon mentioned, I believe it was Lennon mentioned Darren as well.
Sorry, I'm back.
Aki, you were saying something?
Did you hear what I said? Or no?
Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, you see, Aki, I do love oddities. I know certain gems have magic powers per se, and even though things I do not know in this world, I enjoy, per se, finding these oddities, no matter their properties, because they always seem to find a way to be helpful in certain situations.
I'll just like hear all that, pull the flask out, and be like, "Wow, you are an odd man."
I'd like to go inside.
I'll follow him in.
Yeah, you guys enter. You can see this small interior has a stone floor, which every place that you've been in so far has a dirt floor. But as you walk in, you can see it's a pretty dark interior. One small circular table is off to your right with a couple of almost rocking chairs around. You can see a human is sitting over there, and he's in the rocking chair, and it's pretty quiet in here, but you can hear the creaking of this chair. As you can just see that this human has his feet kicked up on the table, and is almost the tips of his fingers and like the toes of his boots, so almost seem to be blacked as he kind of just puffs on a pipe. And looking forward, you can see another very small counter, and standing behind is a human female with long brown hair. On the counter itself, you can see a couple of small twinkles, and as you get closer to the counter, which the entire space in here is maybe 20 feet from wall to wall, on the counter itself are some colorful gems. You can see rough and tumble gold that seems to be on a small scale. She kind of pipes up, just looking at you.
Well, what time of day is it?
Right now, you get maybe noon.
Well, good afternoon to you. My name's Tyrion. What might yours be?
Well, welcome to the Phandelver Miners Exchange. My name is Halia.
She kind of outstretches a hand.
I'll shake it.
Yeah, her hand feels kind of cold. She looks very pale, but she kind of pipes up.
What may you be looking for?
Well, Halia, I certainly like oddities in this world, and that makes these miner exchanges one of my favorite places to be. Would you have any, not per se rare, but any oddities in store today for purchase?
Oddities? Well...
Whether that be magical powers, whether that be the pure prettiest gem you've ever seen, I'm looking for it all.
Oh, good customer to have.
She kind of turns around. You can see a glass case behind her. She opens it up. You can see her. Can't see over her shoulder to see what she's grabbing, but she kind of takes it out, shuts the case, locks it, puts the key in her pocket, turns around.
This here might be the rarest item I have.
She kind of pulls out a little, almost like a purple velvety cloth, like a small, almost like a handkerchief size, as she places it down on the counter and takes the gem and lightly places it. You can see it's a rough gem. It's not cut, but it's green, and it looks to be maybe the size of a large marble, if you will.
Is this something that you are interested in?
It looks like a rough marble. Is it a nice, pretty green?
It's a deep, almost black green.
I can't say I've seen one like this before, Halia. What might be I laying my eyes on here?
This here is a green gemstone, and people call it azurite.
Azurite, I see. Where might
I'm
this
gonna act
appeal
like I know
from?
what she said, and I goes, "Oh yes." And I'm gonna take another drink, but I'm completely fucking clueless.
Yeah, you can see a key. Give me actually, both of you give me a perception check.
Oh god.
Let's go. 23.
18.
23.
Yep.
Damn. A key with an 18. As you're kind of standing there, you can't help but like keep looking over your shoulder at this human that's sitting in this rocking chair with his feet kicked up. He's just sitting there piping.
He's smoking?
He is. He has a pipe.
All right.
They're almost both of you easily noticed this when you came in. This small interior. You look up. There's a little bit of rafters, and although it's small, it seems to be tall in here. It's very dark, but it seems to be tall. And as you look up, almost the top like 3 feet is just a layer of smoke that's just barely moving.
Above the guy.
I'll look over to him while Ben's talking to the guy, and I'll kind of. Is he looking towards us? Like, can he see us?
He is. He has a almost not a cowboy hat, but a brimmed cap, and he's just sitting there chiefing. And you turn around, and he's just looking right at you.
I'm not going to
I'll
give a fuck.
Yeah, so I'll smirk and kind of look down, and then I'll start talking to him. I'm like, "Well, friend, you know what goes really good with a smoke?" And I'll like go for my belt, and I'll hand him the flask, and I'll make some homemade moonshine, and I'll like smirk at him and see if he takes it.
He his chin kind of picks up, and the brim of his cap kind of lifts up, revealing like his face, and you can see these thick black eyebrows as one of them peeps up a little bit. Kind of takes one of his hands, and takes the flask from you, stops chiefing on his pipe for a second, looks at you, takes a big swig, kind of rubs his hand over his mouth, and where he rubs his hand over his mouth, you can see a black streak leaves down his face. He goes to hand it back to you.
And as he hands it back to me, I'll be like, "So do men like you just sit in stores like this and smoke their pipes?"
Well, yeah, pretty much. I sit here at the Miners Exchange a little bit. Me, myself, being a miner, I believe this is where a miner would be.
Mm.
What are you doing here?
To be honest, I just followed my friend here because he's been saying nothing about, and I'll like look back at him. And then I'll like lean in. I don't know, I think he's kind of odd. He just keeps talking about gems and jewels. So here I am. And I'll just take another drink of my flask.
Yeah, it looks like a curious fella.
He is, quite curious to say the least.
It's a nice bow you got there.
Shoot straight as an arrow. And I'll like kind of glance away knowing that I have it. Like half of everything I've shot from it has landed. Kind of like a, yeah.
Give me a deception check. 11. You can faintly hear Tyrion talking behind you, and that conversation almost drowns out. But as you say that, he kind of you don't see it. For the look on his face, he looks very convinced. And as you say that, he,
Eyes like an eagle.
And I'll lean in and say like, let's just say, and I need to hit my shot, and I'm gonna take another big drink. I hit the shot.
I could use someone like you when I'm out on the trails. Did you come from the north?
Yes, and we've noticed that you've had quite a outlaw problem in this area.
Yeah.
Are you guys dealing with the same problems?
Are we dealing with the same problems? Everybody is, my friend. Marauders have been attacking the trade caravans on the east end of the tribal. The town master himself's looking for someone to run them off. I think these goblins are working with the marauders too.
Oh, really? I'll kind of like ponder on that for a second, and then let me get some notes down here real quick. So,
Tyrion, as you're speaking to sorry, as you're speaking to Halia, she kind of takes the gem, and if you go out to and try and reach for it, she kind of instinctively like kind of pulls it away from you. But
are you interested in purchasing this Azurite?
Well, you see, it's my first time seeing said Azurite. It does catch the eye. Where might this hail from, and do anything special, or is this just one of the prettiest gems you've seen?
Well, this
isn't the prettiest I've seen. However, this is the largest gemstone in my collection here. A lot of miners, such as Lenar here, kind of pipes up. Lenar, just in conversation with a key, doesn't even notice, but he's not paying attention. They bring gems, mostly gold and silver, to me here. They, many, what's the word? Like-minded prospectors come, but why do you think I set up a trade post and I don't look for things myself? Probably because there's not much around. However, there are streams here and there. She kind of seems to just be like trailing off.
Well, how much might you be selling this fine piece for?
Oh, this here. She kind of looks behind underneath the counter real quick. You can almost hear a paper. I'd be willing to part with this for a good 40 gold.
Do I have any knowledge on this gemstone?
Give me a history check.
Natural 20.
Ooh. You, looking at this gemstone, you notice that this is not azurite.
Do I know what it is?
I mean, I don't know any green gems. Green gemstone. You see that this is a tourmaline. No. You see it's a garnet. It's a garnet. But this is an uncut garnet, which, with a natural 20, you don't really know, like, actually, you rolled a 23 on the perception check. You realize that this lady knows a little bit about gems, and she kind of, the manner about her and peeking around this area, it seems pretty, like, dark and gloom, almost. And you get the sense that she kind of sets up shop here to not steal, but almost profit off of like other people's hard work, if that makes sense. But as you look at this garnet, you did get a 23 in the perception. She is fully convinced that this is azurite, and you know that azurite. Natural 20 on a history check. Damn. I guess you, Tyrion knows a lot about stones. Yeah.
Hey, I told you I like oddities and gems. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. You have a lot of money to be made on your hands here. You know that this garnet, uncut, you could easily sell this to somebody who, like, anybody who knows what they're doing, easily for like over 100 gold, and she's willing to sell it to you for 40.
Wow, 40 gold. It is a miraculous gem, but you see, I don't go everywhere paying full price on the first thing. You willing to cut me a deal here?
Well, considering this is your first time purchasing, I'd just stick to the 40. However, if you plan on being a continuing customer, future endeavors may surprise you with a bit of a discount.
Well, let's start with this. I'll purchase this for 40. And you show me all the goodies you got back there, seeing if there's anything else I like. Does that sound? And maybe we can cut a deal then?
I believe so.
All right, I will give her 40 gold.
Sure. And you can add a 120 gold garnet. Is that what I said? Garnet? No.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say garnet? Okay. I thought garnets were red. I don't know. I googled it. It said garnet. Getting back to the other conversation, a key.
Mm-hmm.
You looking at Lenar as he mentioned that the marauders have been attacking the caravans, and the town master is looking for someone to run them off. He says, "I think the goblins are working with the marauders too."
I'll lean back and, well, that's kind of another reason why we're here. On our way in, we encountered people who were drug off into a cave by, what's their name again?
The Cragmaw goblins?
By the Cragmaw goblins? Have you heard of these type of goblins before?
The Cragmaws. I think I might have I myself have defended myself quite a bit.
You can see he reaches back and just like puts his hand on a pickaxe. You can see on the tip is just black like his fingers.
But I think a few of them mumble and jumble as they're trying to rob me have mentioned that. I never really put much mind to it.
Well, going off of that, I was wondering if you, out of all of these attacks from these bandits of thieves, we have somebody who was taken by the Kragma clan, and we're looking for them. His name is Gundren, right?
Uh-huh.
We're looking for a man named Gundren.
Gundren. Is he one of the Rockseeker brothers?
Yes, right.
He is.
Sorry, it was a lot to keep up with, dude.
He is.
Oh, well, I don't know him personally. I've heard of the Rockseeker brothers. They seem to be coming in and out of town. Most of the time, they look like they're in a hurry. No, I mean, I can't help you. Sorry.
Well, I appreciate your time. I'll begin to walk out.
He gives you a
I
nod.
have maybe some other matters to attend to right now, and I'll give him a nod as well.
Thanks for the liquor.
As you turn around, you just catch the last of Tyrion's conversation, and as you kind of go to join up with Tyrion, Halia kind of peers over and looks you up and down before. I had to ask for your names. I'm not sure I got them.
Tyrion here.
Oh man,
Tyrion. We are
the name's a key.
A key. Hello, I am Halia Thornton. You look like capable fellows yourself. Aside from collecting gemstones, do you find yourself adept in the fighting sense?
We got some partners with us that aren't here at the moment, but we do, like I said, I'm not looking for no specific oddity that you think would fit my form. I'm looking for all that might be of use in any said sense of combat per se, or even lack of combat.
Well, that's a good thing for me, I suppose. You can see her kind of lean over and look past a key and give almost a weird look to Lennar, the human, before coming back to you. Might I propose an opportunity?
You may propose what you want.
She kind of leans forward, her elbows, like her bony elbows, leaning against the wood on the counter. She kind of gets a little bit quieter, but the Red Brand ruffians around town, I assume you've been acquainted with them. Everybody has. They seem to loiter around the Sleeping Giant Tap House, and as I know, they have a base under the Tresendar Manor. Now, that's on the east edge of town. You seem to be new, as I haven't seen you before. This opportunity I offer you could get you 100 gold.
Well, darling, why don't we skip the small chat and cut to the chase? And I would like to tell if I can tell if she's being sincere, or if I can tell if she's with them.
Yeah,
give me an insight check.
I'm gonna be gauging. Since they were looking at each other, I'll be checking the room, I guess.
22, baby.
What the
God damn.
I'm gonna be seeing if there's anything sketchy.
Yeah,
right.
a key.
Yeah,
give me an insight check. A key.
You know we're not in combat. God damn.
Holy shit.
At 20, but a minus.
Oh
1
my
19.
god!
Holy shit.
Yep, we're not in
We're
combat.
just finessing this place up, Ben. Fucking grittying through this bitch. You kidding?
Damn.
Just dapping up the fucking locals, dude.
You, both of you guys, when she gave that look, when she gave that look to Lennar, it wasn't so much that like she was like he knew about the conversation you're having. She was just kind of like seeing if he was listening. But as she's bringing this up, both of you, for whatever reason, your spidey senses are tingling, and you know that she has ulterior motives. But as she continues talking, 100 gold pieces. I would like you to, as you said, cut to the chase. I do like that. Capture the leader of the Red Brands. The leader of these outlaws, calls himself Glassstaff. And I would like you to capture this Glassstaff and bring to me any correspondence found in his quarters. I myself don't really care for have Glassstaff on my person. I believe the town master could throw him in a jail cell. However, I would like to have a conversation with him in private, that being Glassstaff, and any correspondence you find in his quarters. And,
Can you define correspondence for me?
just like his shit.
Alright.
And with your guys' insane fucking insight checks, as she's saying this, these ulterior motives that she's saying, how do I word it? You get the sense that she, whereas the people you've talked to or people around town, in the very little that you've talked to them, are just kind of annoyed by the Red Brands. They're kind of just like a problem, but they go along with their shit. Over at the Lion Shield Coaster, she almost seemed like she just almost wanted to fight the Red Brands, you know. But Halia, as she's describing this, seems like she has a reason. She doesn't just want the Red Brands to go away. That's about all you can pick up with what she's said here. Would you, with discretion, like to accompany me with this offer?
Well, you see, Halia, I do love myself some cut to the chase and discretion. Sadly, I don't believe necessarily cut to the chase. You want to tell me what might actually be the case? I think we might be able to come to an accord.
Yeah. She kind of leans back, standing, and well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Halia. Like I said, I've been around. I like my oddities, and I know when there's an oddity in a conversation. We can keep this quiet, and I'd love to be a part of this, but I don't go into anything with half-wit.
And I'll sit there behind him too, kind of like, not like smug or anything, but just straight face, and I'll be like, we are able to do these things of which you want, and you don't think that we couldn't sense there was something odd, that you would have us go somewhere and capture someone. I feel as if there's a little more to this than you lead on. And I look at Tyrion to see.
Do I know how much Garnet the thing was worth? The thing she thought it was Azurite. Do I know how much that actually is worth?
You strongly believe you could sell it for 120 gold.
No, the Azurite. The thing she thinks it was. She sold it to me for 40.
Oh, Azurite? It'd be around 40, yeah.
It would be around 40, so she wasn't being a dick about it?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I won't bring that up then.
Yeah, she kind of standing now. She almost backs up, barely, but not quite, bumping into the glass case behind her. Well, I do take kindly to your discretion. However, she kind of pipes up, sticks her chin up a little bit, and crosses her arms. I believe my business is my own. Now, this is a job offer. Whether you choose to accept it or not is up to you. However, we can be friends here, and you gain some gold, and we can be on our way.
Well, Halia, I would like to say we'll be staying over in at the Stonehill Inn tonight. Like I said, I don't prefer to go into any situation half-witted. See, I can go over, in my eyes, I can go over to the town master and cut a deal with him and keep all the, say, goods for myself. I would love to help you out, being you sold me such a beautiful gem and have been so kind. But like I said, your business may be your own, but you can keep what you need to yourself. But I need something to go on. I don't do anything under the guise of something else.
Straight and narrow, huh?
Some call me that.
Very well. There are no hard feelings here. If you wish to come by with maybe bringing me some gems or gold or silver yourself, I would be happy to purchase it off of you. Other than that, thank you for your business. She kind of does like a weird bow.
Well, Halia, it was a pleasure. And like I said, we'll be staying over at that Stonehill Inn tonight. I might have to go check out this Transcendar Manor anyways. If you think of something you want to talk about, please. Drinks are on me tonight, and discretion is always there. And I'll tip my hat to her.
Gives a little bit of a bow and a weird smile. If that'll be it, we can come to. It would be.
I'll head on out and.
Sure.
When I look back at her as I'm heading out, do I see anything?
No. You just see the guy sitting there piping.
Well, she doesn't. She's not taken aback at all.
No, she kind of just watches you leave.
So what do I have to do? Can I tell? Do I think she'll come talk to me? Do I think she will just be what she is and not come talk to me?
You're not sure.
All right.
And I'll nod to the guy I talked to, as I'm walking up.
Thanks for the liquor.
Anytime.
We can come to, this would be Torg and Remy. Eric, you here?
Yep, I am here.
Yeah, we come to you guys over at the Edermath Orchard.
You want to remind me what Linen had told us about whoever was over at the orchard? That was kind of a lot.
Yeah, she just mentioned that Darren over at the orchard
knows more about Krogma or Craigma or whatever, right? Potentially.
She didn't know herself, but she gave the idea that Darren might know.
Okay. How do you pronounce that again? Is it Craigma?
Cragmaw.
Yeah, it's Craigma.
But you guys can approach. As you were walking towards this orchard, it's almost not on the outskirts of town, but almost on the outer ring. And coming up to it, you can see a tiny little cottage, and it's right beside an apple orchard. It seems to be grown wild, like it's been growing wild since long ago. But you can see a humanoid figure bent down, facing away from you, and he's almost tending to this orchard. You can see almost a green cloak with a hood that it's not quite over his head, but he's just kind of bent down, clearing out some underbrush and trying to almost cultivate this orchard.
Are you Darren?
Kind of leans up. You can see a almost grayish face of a drow, which is that you guys know a drow is an underdark elf, a almost subrace of elf. But you can see white hair that almost seems a little bit grayed, that is almost tied up in a bun. It's kind of messy, and a little bit of stubble and facial hair here. But from what the drow you guys have met, you can tell that he is very old. As you walk up,
Yeah, this is Darren. Can I help you?
Yeah, we were just over at me and my friend Torg here. My name is Remy, by the way. We were over at the Lion Shield Coaster. We had ran into a lady named Linen. Very nice lady. We were getting into some chats, and she had mentioned you might perhaps maybe know a thing or two more than she does. You look like you've been around for a while. Do you know anything about the Cragmaw Castle?
You can see as you're walking up to start talking to him, the dirt path that leads up to his cozy little cottage. You can feel hear your steps as you approach. As he has in his hands almost not thorns, but just like a lot of like almost bushel. As you that's a lot. Come with me inside. We can talk a bit. Nice to meet you.
Do you need any help bringing anything in?
Sure. If you could grab that sickle over there, I got a couple tools.
I grab him.
Thank you. Kind of walks over, just tosses his pile of like thatch off to the side. And
You want him next to the thatch?
bring them inside, actually, if you will.
Okay.
You guys kind of walk in, and this small, cozy little cottage. You can see it's very well kept. It's all wood in interior. Some of it looks to be different, almost types of wood. He has somewhat of a kitchen off in the corner. You can see a pot that's on heat, on a little fire. Please take a seat here. Kind of slides a little couple chairs over a small table. You said your name was Remy. Who might you be?
My name, Torg.
Torg, nice to meet you. I'm
Nice.
Darren Edemath. I know Linen myself. He kind of walks over towards the pot. You can see him, hear him start doing stuff. You guys want a drink?
I'll take one.
I got tea.
Sure, if you don't mind.
Starts
Can
pouring it up.
we notice anything wrong with the tea before we drink it?
Give me a perception check.
Can I not? I'll just take it.
Yeah,
13.
13. Torg, give me a perception check as you enter the room anyways.
Oh. 8.
8. Remy, as you're watching him, it's hard to see what he's doing past his body, so you can't really tell. But you just heard almost hot water being poured. You can see the steam almost rise over his shoulders. Torg, as you enter, on an 8, nothing really sticks out to you in this cottage. Kind of just looks like a dude who lives by himself. He's pretty old. You can see a doorway on the side that must lead to his bed, but it does smell very good in here. Like the tea that he's brewing almost has an apple scent to it. And the only really thing that catches your eye is a somewhat of like a brooch or a crest hanging on above one of the windows. And you recognize this as it's a metal pendant of almost like a gauntlet holding a sword, and a small green almost cloth draped behind it. You guys both recognize this as the symbol of the Order of the Gauntlet, and that's a group of almost faithful seekers of justice who protect others from depredations and evildoers. I believe in your past, a couple of you, both of you, might have been approached, as many people in war and in the armies do, to join the Order of the Gauntlet. And this almost is a very high standing and not a hard order to get into, but it's held in high regard. But he turns around with the tea. You were gonna say something?
For both, I don't know about it, like Remy's perspective, but do we view them in like a high regard, or is it like, would you just make something up for it? Like, do we view them as like almost like a rebel faction, like taking?
No.
away?
Just
make sure.
The order, I mean, it kind of depends on person to person, but whoever you have met in the order and what you've heard of it, these are very much like
High honor people.
High honor, good people. A lot of people from the war, like maybe generals who like retire, join the order. Some people from the army join the order and are a part of it on the side. But they're very loyal people, and kind of just want to keep, similar to the Order of the Lord's Alliance, kind of just upkeep the goodness of the world.
Okay.
But he comes up with the tea in two small, not bent up mugs, but they don't look brand new. Kind of sets them on the table. They're steaming. You were talking to Linen, you said. She's a friend of mine in town. What would you like to know? He kind of sits in almost a stool over by his kitchen. Has his mug in his hand as he leans forward on his knees.
Well, it looks like you've been around long enough. Maybe a little bit longer than Linen. We had ran into Linen, dropped off a wagon full of supplies for her, and in doing that, we had a short conversation. And we, on our travels here, ran into a bit of trouble. Doing a bit of rescuing. We were actually ambushed by what we believe was a group of the Krogma, and an other friend of ours that we gained along the way had mentioned a Krogma castle. We're just wondering if you know anything about its whereabouts, or maybe anything that we should know about this castle.
Oh, the Kragmas. You can see as you're speaking, he almost blows at his steaming tea, and he almost has like a little bit of a goatee that comes to a point, and a thin mustache that doesn't quite curl at the sides, but he kind of smiles when you bring up his age. The Kragmas, I've actually heard myself. I kind of don't keep watch on Phandelver, but I like to have my eyes not everywhere, but, just general see what's going on. I think I may be able to assist you. Are you guys familiar with the Order of the Gauntlet?
I've heard of it.
Torg. Well, I was a marshal and a herald for many years in the lands of the Dragon Coast, which is far to the south. I am well over 500 years of age, and with my age, I believe, comes wisdom. Now, you talk about these Kragmas. I don't know myself quite what they do. I believe they are a band. I believe they are goblins, so they might be a little short on the intelligence side. However, the location of, you said Kragma Castle?
Correct.
Nothing quite rings a bell. Any castles nearby? I believe all that I can really think of is the Old Owl Well. That's not quite a castle, but there are ruins up to the northeast, known as the Old Owl Well. Prospectors over there have reported being chased off by an area of foul undead. As I said before, this might not be the castle you're speaking of, and I don't think I've heard of the Kragmas being there. The band of goblins and other folk, however. So I do think I know somebody who might be able to help you. He's a druid, a friend of mine. Sorry. Takes a sip of his tea. A druid named Radoth, a friend of mine, and they may know where the Kragma Castle is. See, I'm trying to think of a castle, and nothing really comes to mind.
You know where we can find this Radoth?
Oh, well, yes, Radoth. There's not an inch of land that this druid doesn't know. However, Radoth, you can find them in the ruins of Ttrpg. This is to the west of Neverwinter Wood. The ruins are about 50 miles northeast of Phandelver, and he kind of gives you directions of where you could find that.
You said pass by Neverwinter, you said?
We just know the directions.
Just west of Neverwinter Wood.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You believe with his directions you could find it easily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can we tell that he's He said he was a marshal. He's been around for 500 years. Like, do we obviously we probably know that he's like an actually like humble human being.
Give me an insight check.
I fully trust this man.
Have you drank your tea at all, Remy?
14. I'll take a sip of my tea.
14. He looks pretty straight and narrow. From what army you've been in and maybe generals you've had in the past, this guy, he seems pretty honorable. And him being in the Order of the Gauntlet just, like, solidifies that for you. You think there's very slim chance that this guy could be, like, trying to perceive you, or, you know, or deceive you.
Yep.
He kind of pipes up again. You two look like capable fellow yourselves. You said... Did you mention you were in the army too? Or did you not?
I did not.
Well, you look like capable fellows yourselves. That's a nice axe you have there. What might you do?
If you can point us in the direction of the nearest scrap, I will partake.
I like that. Well, actually... Oh, go ahead, Remy.
Torg's a little short on his words. Don't mind him. We were, back in the war. We were both a part of the military. I don't know if you know, the Goriak family name. A part of Neverwinter God. That's where I shined down from. We both decided to, seek other options during the middle of the war, and in doing that, we've crossed paths and set our differences aside, and now we like to do good things for the right people, if that makes any sense.
You can see him kind of smirk and lean back in his chair. He almost picks up one of his legs to, like, almost cross his legs, and he kind of sets his tea off to the side and chuckles. Oh, classic tale of foes who become friends. How delightful. Well, I'm curious to hear more about this story. Torg? You really did not like Remy, huh?
No, he was on the other side. And to be honest, anything on that side.
I was on the good side.
No.
You always forget that.
Remy, don't start this right now. It's not the good side.
I was on the good side.
We both left. Your side sucked.
He kind of just chuckles a little bit. Before he kind of gestures towards you, Torg. Well, if you're looking for a scrap, good fellow, I might have a task for you. This Cragmar Castle, I'm not sure if this is what you're looking for, but I do know of this Old Owl Well. However, I've been meaning not to go up there myself, but it seems the opportunity has walked right up to my doorstep. There's an old watchtower up there of an ancient magical empire known as Netheril, and I worry magic might be dormant there. If you can ensure to me, to the town of Phandelver, that there's no threat brewing at this Old Owl Well, I could give you, kind of looks down at you guys' feet, something that you may need more than me. Hold on a sec. He kind of gets up, walks off into his back doorway before you hear a little bit of noise, and he comes back out holding 2 silver boots. These here might assist you in magical ways as they did me in my days. I'd be willing to hand these off to you if you can come back to me as showing that there is no threat or magic brewing there. And who knows, maybe this is the castle you're speaking of.
He's going to give them to us before we would go, or after we would return?
I'd give them to you after you return.
How about one up front and then one later?
You want to wear one boot?
Mm-hmm.
Talk. Calm yourself.
Okay, fine.
He seems like a good man.
He is a good man.
Well, I'm
Sorry I couldn't assist you more in not knowing where this Cragmore Castle is. I'm actually quite curious myself. If you manage to find Radoth and he points you in the right direction, maybe come back and tell me where this is. I'm quite curious.
We'll be around. Don't worry.
Before we leave, I'm finishing up my drink, and I ask him.
Yeah.
What did
you keep
brew?
saying? I don't know if you mistakenly said it or just used it twice on accident. Radarth is a person, correct? Like an individual human.
Radoth, and yes.
Radoth,
like Darth Vader.
Because a couple times ago you mentioned them as like a group of people.
No. So it's Reidoth. And he described this person as a druid.
Yep. Yeah.
But then, yeah, I finish my drink and then I ask him, you seem quite proficient in brewing. Do you have any potions, by chance?
Brewing? Well, this is simply just tea. I actually use it with the apples I have here in my orchard. However, it's pretty wild. I'm looking to lighten it down a little bit after my years of retirement. But potions you're looking for? You know, I like you too. Hold on a sec. I'll be right back again.
You can hear him go back into his back room again. Kind of digs around a little bit before. This might help you. Comes out. He has one potion. And it looks larger than the potions of healing you've taken in the past.
Here you go. I like you fellas. You can just go ahead. You need this more than I do.
Just hands it to you.
Why, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Can I flick him like just a gold of like gratitude? Just a gold piece?
Oh, that is not needed, friend.
No, I insist.
Your company is all I need.
You're a good man. I put it on the table regardless.
All right.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, Darren, as we get ready to go on our way here, you seem like a good humble man. I respect you a lot from the Order of the Gauntlet. We'll make sure to check in. We won't be foes from here on out. We'll be friends.
I appreciate that. Thank you for your company. Come by anytime. If you wish to grab a bushel of apples on your way out, go right ahead. I got some baskets sitting out front.
Well, you're too kind.
And the potion that he gave you was a potion of greater healing. So that is 4d4 plus 4 HP that you get from that one.
You said potion of greater?
Potion of greater healing, yes. I'm not sure how it works on D&D Beyond, but just look it up.
Before we leave,
this one's on the other thing.
I'm just gonna kind of sit up, finish my tea, kind of give him like the thank you nod, and then I'll just be like, we plan to stay at the inn just up the road here tonight. We have 2 others in our group that we travel with. I'll make sure to get back to you before we exit the town, and I'll let you know what our plans are from there. I would like to, being how good of a human and humble you are, I would surely like to check out the old Isle Well for you. We will inform you on our adventure plans in the.
Take your time. It is absolutely no rush. But whenever you get the time to go do so, I'd appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Have a good day.
I'll be seeing you, Remy.
What about me?
Talk. Goodbye.
Yes. Goodbye.
I shake his hand.
He has a firm grip, even though a drow, he almost is obviously skinnier than a half-orc, but... yeah. We, right after that, actually, we're going to come back to Aki and Tyrion. As you guys are leaving the Miners' Exchange, you both notice right out front, in almost not the dirt central of the town, but kind of off to the side a little bit, is almost like a stone structure. Almost looks like a formation. Tyrion, are you here, Ben? You're muted.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, it's like almost like a makeshift shrine, and this kind of your eyes go to this almost right away.
I'm gonna walk on over to the shrine. Is anyone by it?
Yeah, you can see somewhat of almost a scholarly robes over this female. Looks to be some sort of an acolyte or someone of faith.
Do I know if those people are called priestesses or what are they called?
You would address this person as sister.
Well, good afternoon, sister. I couldn't help notice the shrine in the corner of town. What might be this?
Oh, hello there. My name is Sister Gariel.
You can see that she's an elf. She looks very young. And this shrine, as you guys kind of walk up, it's just like a hobble of like almost stones with a couple of knickknacks here and there. You can see on her chest is a pin with a half crescent moon and a harp, almost a symbol.
I'm Sister Gariel. This shrine here is dedicated to Tymora, the god of luck and good fortune. May I help you?
I'm sorry, I didn't write down her name. What was her name?
Gariel. G-A-R-A-E-L-E.
Yeah, okay. Well, Sister Gariel, I can't say I am a devout, but I do say I will always pray for good luck and fortune. May I offer my condolences, my prayers in a certain way for you?
Oh, she kind of bows.
I've been praying all day. However,
You may assist me in other ways.
I'd love to assist a sister of the faith. I am much appreciative of what you guys do, even if we do not necessarily share the same faith. You are the pillar to this nation.
I appreciate that. And she kind of gestures towards her pin. I myself are a sister of the Harpers. And you guys know the Harpers, as she says this, you both would know. They're throughout Faerun, which is the almost like world of where we're at. And their job is to thwart tyrants and aid the weak, the poor, the oppressed. Pretty much just help the weak in general. But
I did not notice the pin. I will say again, you are the pillar of our society.
oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, if you are looking to maybe assist me in any ways, I actually have somewhat of a delicate mission on my hands. You may be able to assist me with this. Off to the northeast, there is a run-in that I had with somewhat of a banshee. Her name is Agatha. I was inquiring about a question of a spellbook. The Harpers themselves, we want to know about this spellbook, and I had a question that I thought this Agatha the Banshee could answer. However, I was met with somewhat of a sour welcoming. Now, this Banshee kind of ran me off before I could find an answer to my question. However, as she was, the Banshee spoke, and she wistfully about before she turned sour. She mentioned that she likes almost beautiful baubles that she owned in life. Now, you say perchance to head over there and talk to this Banshee, as I believe if I return I'll be met with the same welcome. It might be a different story for you. Here's my task. If you would wish to go speak to them, ask about this spellbook, and I want to know who owned this spellbook and where it might be. Could you do that?
Well, sister, if it passes our cry, I know we're heading northeast or north in the near future. It might be a while till we return, but that's something we could get. We could stop on by, anything for a sister.
I appreciate that. As I was mentioning before, she kind of likes beautiful baubles. Maybe this, if someone was to go, would help you in almost calming her down and assist you in asking your question without being attacked. She kind of hands out from beneath her robe is a jeweled silver comb.
Yeah, there's no item for that in D&D Beyond, bro. I don't know how to add that.
I don't know how you guys add shit on D&D Beyond.
I can. You can add custom items. It's a jeweled comb.
A jeweled silver comb, yeah. And then she also gives you the directions to where this banshee's almost lair is. It's near the ruins of Coneyberry, which is a very small town and a trail that leads northwest into Neverwinter Wood.
Didn't she say northeast?
No.
Alright, so northwest to the woods.
Yeah, she gives you directions where you guys you think you'd comfortably be able to find like Coneyberry, and then your way to this banshee's lair from there.
Fine, sounds good. Well, sister, I know we'll be traveling north shortly. It might be a while till we return, but please have faith. If I do not die, I shall see your will done.
As always, she kind of gives a bow. Peace be upon you.
I'm going to just offer a quick prayer while looking at the shrine. I'm going to kneel down and just offer a quick prayer that I have good luck and fortune in the battles to come.
Aki, you doing anything?
Drinking. Lots of drinking.
Just drinking.
just admiring this man.
This isn't like Caladan.
No, not at all.
How the turns have tabled.
Yes.
So after all of you leave your respective areas, where are you trying to head?
As we start walking away from the Shrine of the Luck, I know the Stonehill Inn's right there, but I'm going to look at a key and be like, well, you heard from Alia. There's a bar down this path. I'm sure the others will find their way. Want to go on? Still mid-afternoon.
I'll put my arm around you. I'll be like, see, now you're finally talking. Now you're finally making some sense, friend.
We're going to go to the bar.
Yep.
Let's go to the bar. Let's go to
All right, you guys want to go to Stonehill Inn?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Sleeping Giant.
Wait. I'll go Stonehill Inn.
Yeah, I was gonna go to the Giant. That's
as we kind of walk into the Stonehill Inn, I'm gonna obviously kind of notice that they're not there, and then can I just make my way down the road as a guest that they're at the bar, knowing who they are, and just meet them at the bar? Because technically I don't know they're at the bar, but I know they're drinkers, so no.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 20, not natural.
20, not natural. As you're walking, almost like you're heading to the Stonehill Inn, you're about to walk in, and you can see a glimpse that just catches your eye off to the right, and you see a key and Tyrion walking down the road past the inn, almost towards this trail that leads up to the manor. Tori's just walking into the inn.
Look, I'm gonna, as we clearly can see that they might not have been here yet, I'm gonna keep walking up the road and see if I can find them.
Okay, I'll catch up. I'm just gonna ask a couple questions.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So as Remy kind of catches up with you guys, you head towards down the trail that leads almost to the manor, and off to your left is what I forgot who mentioned it to you, but the Sleeping Giant Inn. I believe it was.
It was Halia at the Miners' Exchange.
Halia? Yeah, it was. As you approach this, you can see the Sleeping Giant is a ramshackle tap room. You can see several disheveled, almost surly humans linger on the covered porch, perched on empty ale barrels or leaning against a wall. They all wear grimy scarlet cloaks, and their stares are fixed on you as you approach. As you approach, one of them kind of just looks your way.
So how many people do I see inside?
Inside, you don't know. The door's shut, but these guys are out on the porch. You can see almost not a buzz cut, but very short-haired guy kind of leaning against a post, and another female sitting behind him, bent over. She kind of has a knife in her hands, twirling it.
There's two of them?
Yep.
Well, I'm not going to say shit. I'm going to go in and get a drink.
All right. You kind of just go to walk up the steps. Remy?
I was just gonna say I'm just gonna follow because I'm assuming timing wise I'm probably gonna watch, or am I already with them?
Yeah. You go to step up. Tyrion, as you're in front, you can take one step on the almost wooden kind of warped first step of this porch before the male figure kind of steps forward in your way.
Well, we got a hold of a pack of puppies. What do you want here, puppies? Come down and bark at us.
Crosses his arms and just stands in front of you.
I'm going to not say a word. I'm going to take out my flask of my homemade moonshine, and I'm going to hand it to him and nod him to take a drink.
Give me a persuasion check.
2.
Oh, no.
He kind of reaches out, takes your flask, takes a drink. That's not bad. And he throws the flask off to your left. You hear it hit the ground. He just crosses his arms again. You can see
I'm attacking him.
The female figure behind kind of just gives a chuckle.
I pull out my scimitar and I fucking cut this guy down. It's that simple, Shade. You did this.
All right, roll the hit.
Really necessary?
No, it's too late.
Roll the hit.
12.
A 12. 12. Why can't I see that? 1 sec. Does it hit? It does! Go ahead and roll damage.
6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. Yeah, right as he stops you, Remy, you go to speak up before you see in a flash Tyrion takes his scimitar sword and just slices across. You all can see a little bit of blood as he slices up across this figure's chest.
You're gonna regret that.
He kind of cracks his knuckles. You can see the woman
pick up my flask now.
The woman behind him kind of stands up with a dagger. You're gonna wish you didn't do that.
I'm literally backing up to Jim and be like, you didn't have to do that. I'll be ready in my looking around.
I'm gonna ask you guys to roll initiative.
Also, Shade, is there a commotion that Stonehill Inn would notice? Are people gathering
17.
for this?
Almost
like a brawl, or is it people are running away?
Right now, you walked into an inn, and all you hear is a crowd of people inside the inn and laughing and light music and clanking of glasses. You have no idea that this is going on.
I'm making sure no one's running down the street. They're not running away. They're kind of watching. So I'm not getting alerted or some shit.
Initiatives, what'd you get?
11.
15.
17, 15. All right. So it's going to be, and you guys keep this in mind, Tyrion, and then a key, and then Remy. Tyrion, you're up first.
I would like to transform into a wolf.
All right. You use your you can go ahead and use your wild shape. You guys see Tyrion after he slashes with this scimitar across this guy's chest, and the woman behind him kind of stands up with her dagger. You're gonna wish you didn't do that. Woof! All of his clothes and everything form in a twist as he drops about almost 4 feet, and in his place you can see a wolf standing there.
I'm going to snarl very menacingly at this fucker.
You can see he looks a little confused. What the fuck? Takes his sword and goes to swipe down at you.
I think I'll say the same shit as I see this.
Does a 15 hit in your wolf form?
Yes.
It does.
I need to roll. I need to roll health quick.
It isn't like a set health?
It's set or roll. What do you want me to do when I do this?
Up to you. However, I will say this.
There's not maps for this.
You're choosing right now, Ben, for the rest of the campaign, if you want to roll every time you wild shape, or if you want to go with the preset. It's up to you.
I'll go with the preset just to make it simple, though.
All right. Yeah. But you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You can hear almost a whimper as he sinks the sword into almost your shoulder blade before pulling it out. The woman behind him, you can see, takes this dagger, looking right at this Tyrion like wolf form, and then looks up towards Remy right behind him, and whips the dagger at you. In 18 to hit.
To me?
No, to Remy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You take 5 points of piercing damage. A dagger sticks into your shoulder. After that, we come to a key.
So how far is everyone from me?
They're,
let's say the furthest person who just like hit Remy.
Maybe 15 feet. They're like right on the porch.
And how many are there? Do I see?
You see 2. They seem to be wearing just almost simple leather armor, have some like a short sword, a dagger. The woman has a bow on her back, but these scarlet cloaks draped over their shoulders. What are you doing?
All right. I'm going. Yeah, I'll shoot at the goblin who threw some at me.
The goblin?
Or not the goblin. Not sorry. Excuse me. I don't know where I'm at. Just goblins, man.
The woman behind?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a hit.
$17.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
This man just needed a crossbow.
Is he using his crossbow now instead of a bow?
Yeah.
Okay, 13.
Not even that. It's literally the same as my longbow. It's just this is now with my added proficiency to ranged weapons.
What'd you roll in the damage?
13.
13. You guys all hear a bolt go and stick into this woman behind. She flies back onto her back, a huge bolt sticking out of her chest. She's like grabbing the bolt. We come to who hasn't gone yet? Remy?
Me.
Yeah. You're up.
Yeah. I'm going to take the dagger out of my shoulder that she threw at me and fucking throw it right back at her.
Yeah, roll the hit.
Oh wait, hold on. I wasn't. I guess couldn't I still use a bonus action?
You can, yeah.
I would like to bonus action Hunter Mark.
Hunter's Mark, sure.
Yeah.
Who are
on
you
the
choosing?
one I shot.
Actually,
the crossbow with.
Can you read off Hunter's Mark quick?
Yeah. So this is cast 1 bonus action, 90-foot range. You can choose a creature with UC within range to mystically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. And I have advantage on Wisdom. What is it? Saving check. Advantage on any Wisdom, Perception, or Wisdom Survival check you make to find it. What does that mean? The person I'm trying to mark?
Correct.
Okay.
So I'd say
drops to 0 hit points before it ends. I can remark people.
Yeah. So I'd say you shot the bolt and then you Hunter marked. So next time you hit them, you can do the additional damage.
Right. No, I'm not worried about the damage. I just want to make sure I apply the mark.
Yep. Remy.
Yeah. So I'm fucking grabbing that dagger out of my shoulder, fucking chucking it right back out of this bitch.
Roll to hit.
16.
16 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And you're doing damage
7.
for a dagger, by the way.
Yep.
7.
7.
You see Remy take this dagger out of your shoulder. You kind of grunt a little bit before taking it. I don't know if you've really dealt with or have a dagger on you. You're probably proficient with daggers.
I do have a dagger on me, but
okay.
I want to chuck hers back at her.
You look at her as she has this bolt on the ground from Akai, and you just whip it around the male, and you can hear it as she's choking and bleeding out. She is like pretty much dead, dying on the porch.
Like 0 hit points dead?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to look at the dude then.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, yeah, she's gonna wish she didn't do that, and now you're gonna regret this. And I'm going to use Action Surge.
Okay.
To chuck a dagger at this dude.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll the
hit. We're just murdering these folks.
9.
9 does not hit.
Ben's buttons, bro, and we're just killing these guys.
You guys see Remy throw this dagger around the male figure, say this, and then pull a dagger out from his hilt and throw it at him as well. But he uses his sword and he hits the dagger off to the side. It rolls against the deck behind him. He's bleeding profusely now from the chest. Or he has been. And if that's it, we're going to come to Tyrion.
Okay, I am going to attack. And he is... So Remy came up next to him?
Remy's still kind of behind you.
Oh, so what did Remy throw at him?
A dagger.
Oh, damn, bro. Fuck you, Remy. I had a plan and you fucked it up.
What are you rolling to hit with? The scimitar?
No, I'm in wolf form.
Oh, right. Yeah, go ahead.
I got a +4 to hit, so I'm just going to roll a d20. 14.
14 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. That is 2d4 + 2 piercing.
Woo. You see the maw of this wolf jut towards this male.
8 damage, and he must make a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay.
Shit.
You said DC 11 strength?
Yeah.
He got
8 damage.
He got 11, so he just succeeds. You guys see this this wolf form jut towards this male. You get him right over the wound where you slashed with your scimitar. You can hear him yell, almost getting knocked over, but you're almost like hanging off of him as he is gonna go and roll to hit against you, and that is gonna be a 19.
Shit hits.
Bird.
Just misses.
That is going to be 4 points of piercing damage. As you're latched onto him, he almost gets knocked over. He takes his sword and slashes across your stomach. You can feel the sharp iron slice through your wolf body.
Okay, I need to read what happens.
I believe it just drops and you're back in your normal form.
Do I take, because I have 3 hit points, it does 4 damage. What happens with that?
Sure. I'm not sure if that actually carries over. But while you figure that out, we are going to come to a key. You see Tyrion drop, and the wolf is gone.
And I'm back to human form. Completely fine.
What are we doing?
I'm just gonna yell out while we're fighting after shooting the person, because I guess my intentions weren't to kill, so I'll just be like, "Are we really going to do this here?" I'll be like, "Are we going to just kill each other?" I guess see if I can get a reaction from anybody.
Also, when I was in wolf form, I had keen hearing. Did I hear people coming or anything like that?
No.
Well, I'm not one to mess around, so I think it's you can answer that question pretty obviously.
Like, look at you and be like, well, obviously.
Are you attacking?
No.
All right.
No, I'm not.
We come to Remy.
No!
I'm not attacking, but I'm gonna use Goodberry.
Ooh.
Okay. You guys, actually you don't see, but a key in his palm, a bunch of berries form.
And I'll just pocket him.
Puts them in his pocket. Remy, what are you doing?
I think it's a little
me drunk, confused in the middle of the room, looking around, asking, like,
You're on the
how are we
street.
gonna do this? Oh, yes,
it's
the
little
street.
it's a little late for remorse. Is that the right word? Remorse? It's a little late for remorse. And I am going to... Is he on the ground?
He's still standing, and you see where he was sliced with the scimitar from Tyrion and bitten. Blood is gushing all over the porch.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this bar style, and I'm assuming he's within 30 feet.
Yep.
I'm going to run up to him and unarmed strike, headbutt him.
All right, roll to hit, and just roll a d20 and add your strength.
Yeah, so 16.
16 does hit. An unarmed strike.
And then it's
an unarmed strike.
1 + 4, so 5.
1 + 4. I thought it was just 1.
No, it's your strength
you can
modifier.
punch, kick, headbutt, or use a similar
1
forceful
plus your
blow and
strength.
deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1 + strength modifier.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter what you roll because he was on 1 HP. You see Remy run up and go to a headbutt in his orcish form against this human, and you just hear a thud before he stops making noise and he falls on his back unconscious. Now, I will say this to you guys. Whenever in D&D you wish like not to kill the person but make them unconscious, the way that happens is like you just drop them to 0 hit points like you would when you kill them, but you can just say to me, yo, I don't want him to die, I want him to be like knocked out. And then they would be incapacitated but not dead.
Well, it's a little late for that.
I would have done that. That was my plan, but it's up to the other guys. I didn't finishing blow anyone.
I got a
now that you
2.0
know about it,
KD
we
in
can-
Phandelver right now, so assuming
I mean, it was more or less
because
like
this is done
pushed
now,
us,
right?
We shoved back, but like,
Well, no, they fuck with us, we fuck with them.
well, yeah, I think we. Set
Are we
the
out of
tone.
combat yet?
You are.
Ben's the one who took out his
Okay.
scimitar.
To be clear, did you guys down them or did you unconscious them?
It's a little late for that, Ben. They're dead.
No, they're not dead. They're bleeding. I'm gonna use my healer kit on both of them.
No, when I threw my dagger at the woman, she's dead.
No, she's not dead. She's down.
she's down.
No,
That's not how that works.
Oh
Eric.
wait, no, yeah, no, you.
It was my
definitely
dagger.
killed her. You definitely, I think.
I'll say this, everybody. We'll start with Remy. Do you want to kill her or do you want to knock her unconscious?
no, she's dead.
Well,
Alright.
if you kill them, isn't it like combat where they have technically they're not dead right away? Because if she was dropped to fucking 0,
Well, like,
why
for
is
all
she
we know,
dead?
these are just like.
Yeah.
I don't.
You guys just decided to
But this
scrap
isn't
right
an
there.
enemy. This is just a. Right?
No,
Like, I
dude,
mean,
she's
we
gonna
had-
chuck
we had eight-
she's chucking a dagger at me. She's
understand
getting
that.
it back.
Yeah,
she's
no,
dead.
I get that. I'm
Okay,
just
no, but
saying,
my
like,
question to you,
Okay,
Shade, is
with that-
Yeah,
okay,
I get it. Let me answer.
yeah.
Ben, to answer your question, so what I was saying about knocking them unconscious instead of like killing, they are still incapacitated at 0 hit points, but they're still not conscious. They're incapacitated, this is the correct terminology. They are stabilized. So they wake up 1d4 hours.
So like,
Hold on.
you know, when we
To
die,
make
we
this
take
clear,
3
does
death
it-
saving throws. They
Correct.
don't do that. They're just automatically dead.
If you so choose to say like, hey, I want to knock them out instead of killing them.
Does that come down to the person who, like, because obviously I was the one to knock both of them to 0
Correct.
HP, so is
So-
it my... Okay.
So
we'll backtrack then.
Go ahead.
The woman is dead.
Yeah.
Because I used headbutt, the dude is still alive.
Okay. Yeah. So the male, they're both essentially at 0 hit points and incapacitated. However, the male is stabilized, so he'll wake up 1d4 hours later. Technically, the chick right now would be making death saves.
Yeah, death save. So I can stabilize her with medicine.
You can.
I'm gonna go stabilize her.
All right. Do you have the healer's
Can I
kit, or do
stop
you have
him?
to make a check?
No, I have the healer's kit. I'm
Alright.
using
Since
it.
nobody answered me, like Aki's gonna step back. I'm just gonna put my like bow in and be like, "What is going on?" And I'm just gonna take another drink. Like,
Everybody, give me a perception check,
Except for me.
except for you. Correct.
10.
10.
20.
6.
What'd you say, Sam?
20.
20. Yeah, Tyrion, you run over, you use your medicine or your healer's kit, and you stabilize this woman. You slow the bleeding down. She's still bleeding. However, you can feel a heartbeat and feel a breath.
So she'll be fine in 1d4 hours or whatever?
Correct. A key, you notice, right at the tail end of this fight, you saw motion through a window on the porch leading into the sleeping giants, and it disappeared. And then right now, you could hear and see around the back side are 2 more red brand figures running, maybe 100 feet from you, like they're trying to stealthily like dip out essentially, and they're running up the trail towards Transcendar Manor.
Would you say this area and where they're going, would it be a little, hilly or mountainous per se?
Not quite.
Oh, come on, man. Like a cliff?
Why? What are you trying to get advantage on something?
I'm going to. Well, shit. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna. Since I see them, I'll maybe just kind of take off, seeing if I can see where they're going.
You want to start flying?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Because he's right next to me, do I see him take off, and do I see where he's going?
With the perception check you rolled, you don't notice.
Even afterwards, after I see him take off, because he's right next to me?
You're on the porch, like, helping heal this woman, and you don't know, but a key behind you guys have flown off into the air.
Do we have... I'm assuming not, because none of us have been to the inn besides Brandon. We don't have a room there yet, do we?
You don't have a room?
Yeah.
Correct. You guys haven't gone in there yet, so.
Okay.
And as a key, you spread your wings, start flying after these 2 red brand figures. Torg, you open the doors, and you are in this tavern, and you're immediately greeted with the familiar warm scent of bread and butter and homeliness, and you can see ales being passed around, passed and tossed. You are greeted with the Stonehill Inn. That
turn in the music.
That is where we're gonna end today's episode.
What are you? No, let me at least interact in the end, bro. I've been waiting for 30 minutes.